Hi guys, Roxanne here with Tiny Home Living. Well, we are gonna go out and have a little visit with Bella. It is just a beautiful day. We've had up and down weather, so I haven't got that much video lately. It's been like -30 actual weather with, wind chill on top of that. And then it's been up, to decent temperatures. We actually got a new thermometer. If you look at this one, this is the one we use all the time. It's like 15 degrees Celsius according to this one, but that's with the sun shining on it. So we got another one and put it over here, and you can see it's just 1 or 2 degrees below zero. So still just a beautiful day, not too much wind, and so I'm going to go out and see Bella. The camera, I'm finding the batteries aren't lasting in the cold weather, so that's really hampered me getting much video, but she's changed so much. We just had an appointment with a vet the other day to discuss, her pregnancy. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Let's go out and see my beautiful Bella. The chickens are loving this too, being out in the sunshine. There were a few days where we had to leave them in the coop, and that's kind of cramped quarters, and then without the sun you don't get as many eggs either, so it sort of hampers the egg production when they don't get that much daylight. Now I can hear her. Oh, I was gonna say I can hear her. I don't know where she is in the field, but she's waiting. She missed her noontime treats, didn't you, baby? Unless she already got them from Chris and she does this to get second treats. That's what she does. You're a little trickster, aren't you? You're just a little trickster. Yes, you are. I'll put some treats in her bucket. No, you do not have to eat the gloves. No. Oh my goodness. I'll put some treats in her bucket so that she'll let me look at her, because when she's eating, she doesn't care about anything else. Do you, sweetie? Look out, I'm gonna put some more in. Good girl. So I just thought I'd show you, and it's funny because we're around her every day, so we don't see that much change, but I was worried that she wasn't what they call bagging up. Now, I looked at the earlier video, and this was not here, this whole soft furry pouch, the front part of the udder. So I do believe she is starting to bag up. Now, apparently she's due in 6 weeks. I sent a picture to the farm that we bought her from, and he said the same thing. And of course I thought this was looking a little more like a pouch, and then I looked at the videos, the earlier videos, and of course her tummy just goes straight across like this big furry pouch wasn't here at all. You can see where she's gotten really thick and shaggy because of the cold weather, so her coat is coming really nice, and she's got super hard big belly. I was worried that maybe she wasn't big enough, only because I saw some videos on one of my Facebook pages where the cow is like absolutely ginormous, like unbelievably huge. So I got a little paranoid, and so we went to see a vet and ask some questions, and just sort of getting ready. Like we got the calcium in case she has milk fever. The intravenous line to administer it, and so we're just kind of trying to get ready. I've been going online and trying to find some more homeopathic remedies for mastitis and things like that. So it turned out the one recipe that I printed off, I have absolutely every one of the oils that this recipe calls for, like tea tree oil, eucalyptus oil, and there's a few others, so peppermint oil and some more. So I actually had all of those in the house already because I'm sort of into that kind of thing anyway. So that's kind of exciting. I did think, like, I sort of pressed my arms up against her, and I think I felt some kicks the other day. The other thing that had us paranoid was there was a video of this absolutely huge you know, practically a leg coming out here. It reminded me of my first pregnancy. It was kicking so hard, and we can't see that on her, so we got a little paranoid about that too. But you know, I can't help myself. I compare this, you know, we're like first-time parents getting ready for the baby coming. And I remember with my first pregnancy, you know, I wasn't that big. And I only gained 26 pounds. And I was laying on the sofa one time when Chris was behind me and his arm was hanging over my belly. And the baby kicked so hard that he would have knocked me off the sofa if Chris's arm wasn't there. Like, just, and that's what this other cow looked like. It reminded me of my first pregnancy. And because we're not seeing that much of her kicking or anything, we were getting worried. But the thing is, when she's eating, you can see her whole body is moving. And I guess the rumen is up here, so I'm learning a lot about that. I'm learning to look for, you know, the things relaxing here. The tail will come up a bit and you'll sort of be able to put your hand in there when the tendons relax, so that she's getting ready for the birth. So I'm sort of learning a bit, you know, about what to look for. You can see how sort of she's like a furry teddy bear now. I can see when looking back at the videos how much her coat has changed. Her face has gone black, and I thought that her face was going black, and then of course I look back at the other videos and you can really see the difference. So she is loving the barn. She sleeps more on the other side, which might be a problem once the calf comes if we want to separate her. She absolutely loves being able to come and go. She goes out, the other cattle are still out in the field out back, and she goes out there and goes to the corner, same spot all the time, and moos at them. And we're finding that she doesn't want to come in at the end of the day until they're gone. They sort of wander off to the south, and then she'll come in. So the one night we had to go out and get her, and I took the halter with me. I thought, well, maybe I'll be able to get it on her when Chris gives her some treats. It was pitch black, freezing cold. The snow is like a good foot deep, so it's hard to, you know, walk through it because of the long grass too. Got the halter on her, and I hauled her big hairy butt back to the barn. She really tried to get away a few times, tried to pull my arms off, wrapped herself around a tree a couple of times, but I was determined I was not letting go, because the videos that I watched, they say if you let go and they win, you are in big trouble. So I did try and get the halter on her again another night, and of course I couldn't, because she knew what was coming this time. Don't lick the camera. She just has to sniff and lick everything. Yes, you do. No, don't chew on my jacket either. So anyway, we looked at a halter at PV. It was $85 for a cow halter. They're different than horse halters. And we didn't get it. We are going to get it this time, because she has got to have a halter on, so I can just snap a rope on her and haul her butt back in here. Because, you know, and it's funny because I was looking back at the videos that I'm just editing where we, you know, we could hardly get near her, and we couldn't touch her, and we couldn't get her to eat. We were trying to get her to eat out of our hand. Now she just about chews our hands off, or our gloves and everything, trying to get her treats. So it's pretty funny looking back. You know, you realize how much progress you've made, and I'm pretty pleased with myself. And also looking back, editing the videos of us working on the barn, and I mean, boy, oh boy. And she's doing these little moos. If anybody knows what the little moos are about, like, I'm pretty good at speaking chicken now, but the little moos, they mostly come when I'm leaving her at night. So I call them the guilt moos. But these little gentle, soft moos, I don't know what that is. So if anybody knows what that is, I would just love to know. Is it melancholy moo? Is it happy moo? Is it content moo? Is it sad moo, don't leave me, I want you to sleep in the barn? I don't know. But anyway, she is just hilarious. We are just finding her so funny. You know, Chris will be sitting here, and she bows her head down and peeks through this little spot. or she'll peek through here at him when he's doing something over there. So it's really pretty funny. And you can see how much we've got done. Chris started putting the solid foam in the barn walls. Of course, they all have to be cut to size. We got this front wall all covered with the bags. When you stood sideways and looked at the skid, you could really see how much gaps there were in the slats, sorry. So having this front wall done is great, and then we really just have to do above the door and this little part here. So Chris has been working on the solid foam, and it has made a huge difference in the barn. Now see, it's pretty much the same temperature. It's 1 above 0 in here. We were finding the lower the temperature, the bigger the difference in the temperature. So if it was minus 30 out there, it was like minus 16 in here. So pretty big difference. So we really feel that putting the plastic on the inside of the walls really made a huge difference. And I think putting the foam on before the baby comes is going to make a big difference. Now she's probably a little perturbed. She usually gets her nuggets. Bella, do you want your nuggets? We watched her come in from the field the other day too, and we could see her belly just swaying, like the weight of it. Do you want your nuggets, baby? Look. These ones don't stay on the, they kind of go flying everywhere. Oh my goodness. But we were looking back at the video when she first did this, and we thought it was so funny. Like I say, it doesn't take much to get me excited. It doesn't take much to amuse me. So she is used to getting her nuggets right after she has her oats and stuff. So she's probably a little bit perturbed about me blabbering on. Yes. The other thing that I'm really excited about, if I want to go behind her, well, now she's not eating, so all I do is tap her on the behind and she moves to the other side. So she's just wonderful. She's so sweet, and really, other than trying to get her in from the field and her trying to pull my arms off, she's just been wonderful, you know. Oh yes, I know. You probably want some more nuggets, don't you? Yeah, you're not leaving till you get some more nuggets. Chris put the chicken warmer thingy. No, you stay there. The other thing I'm excited about, she has come up here a couple of times. I tell her to back up. She just backs up. It's like having a voice activated vehicle. So I'm really pleased with that. She backs up. Even if she's wants to come up here, I tell her to back up, and she does. So I'm really excited about that. No, don't you come up here, sweetie. I'll come down. Back up, back up, back up. Good girl. Oh, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You dropped one, sweetie. She sniffs them out wherever they are, too. So things are going really, really well with Miss Bella. Now, apparently, we're a month to 6 weeks away from the baby. One girl did respond to my post on one of the Facebook pages I'm on, and she said that one of her cows barely looks pregnant. And of course we were worried that she wasn't big enough, but now we look back at the other videos and we see how much she has grown. And again, just watching her walk in from the pasture and this big old belly just swaying from side to side, we can see the difference. So it's a little reassuring. We're just like first-time parents. That kind of laughed at us, but you know, we just wanted to make sure that should anything go wrong, we can call them and they will be here, you know, within a very short time. So that's another concern that we had. Getting really excited, really excited, and you know, just worried. It's just like I was with my first pregnancy. Just worried that everything goes well. Bella. Here you go, sweetie. You're such a sweet girl. Yes, you are. I think that's enough for now, slobber face. Yeah. I don't know if this black is like a pregnancy mask that all cows get after their first pregnancy, or what that's about. See, she's getting the ones that she dropped now. See if she gets that one. Oh, you missed it, sweetie. You missed it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But yes, I mean, I'm pretty happy so far with the way things are going. Really pleased. No, don't come up here. No. But now she just steps right up here. She backs right up. Straight up, down the step. Just really happy. She did have a piece of straw stuck in her eye a couple of weeks ago, and I think that just irritated her eye. I don't think it was an infection. So I did the same thing I do with Sadie. I rubbed some polysporin into her eye, and of course I did it while she was eating, so she couldn't care less really. Smeared the polysporin into her eye, did that for about 3 or 4 days, and it cleared it all up. So pretty pleased about that too. You know, we want to do as much as we can without giving her antibiotics or anything like that. But I've had the halter. I haven't had the halter on her nearly enough. But like I said, I think we are going to buy the permanent halter, the one that she wears all the time. I wasn't sure from looking online if they cinched the way this one does, and it does have the 2 rings that cinch on the left side, so that's extremely important so that you have that control. So that's what we're going to do. Didn't really want to spend the money on that, but we're going to get that halter so that she has it on. If I have to go out and haul her in, I can do that. I proved that one of us, I am the more stubborn cow, and won that battle, and it was a hard-won battle. By the time I got back to the barn, I was out of breath just walking in the snow. But it's really important to let her know that she wasn't going to get away with that, and I was not going to let go. She could drag my big fat arse all over the pasture, but she was not going to get away. So anyway, pretty proud of myself. My boys will understand that determination. Anyway, that made me really happy. So what we're doing, she has straw in this bin over here. We're keeping this with nice, fresh, clean straw because she seems to tend to sleep on this side. She likes to sleep over there. And so we're just trying to basically keep her comfortable the way she likes it. So letting her determine, you know, what she wants and where she wants to sleep and that sort of thing. So anyway, pretty happy, pretty excited. You can see how round she is on both sides now. But, and I can't see any ribs. That's, I think, the big thing. Yeah, she goes out to the pasture. She comes in here like she did just now, blats a little bit till she gets her treats and her nuggets, then she goes back out to the field. She's doing that little moo again. What is that? Anyway, so yeah, she's really enjoying it. She goes out to the back corner. She's still grazing on the long grass out there. On days like this, she will still lay down in the grass out there. So here comes a chicken looking for some green. They know where to get that now. We did get her some alfalfa hay, and she does not like it at all, so I'm glad Chris only got 3 bales. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to get her feed tested. And I think I am going to get her tested for A2, as well. You know, see if she's A1, A2, or A2. Fingers crossed, A2. But anyway, you know, we talked about testing and vaccines and all sorts of things. So really happy about that, and getting more excited every day. I'm gonna go see what Chris is doing because I don't know if I got any pictures in the daylight of the new solar array, and that is working just awesome too. Now she's starting to sound like a dinosaur again because I walked away. It is so beautiful out today. Barely any wind. Every time I look at this little barn, I'm so happy. Especially looking back at those other videos. How much work we had to do and how much we got done. Isn't that awful? My goodness. I think she's just calling to the other cows though. That's what she's doing. So Chris was putting these wires here across, and I think he's, oh yeah, he's got some steel cables, sort of like airline cable, this steel stuff. So he's going to replace the tie wraps, not tie wraps, with the steel cable, just to make sure this thing doesn't take flight. So it looks really big now, 4 kilowatt we've got now. So these 3 panels at the bottom are the new ones, and then those ones are all the same. They're all linked together to make 4 kilowatts. There she goes, back out to the pasture again. The other thing I'm excited about is the frame where those panels were on the ground will come out of there, and I think I'm going to be able to fit a couple more of the small cherry trees in there. So we are going to take the frame from the ones on the ground and the frame that's still up on the 20-footer there, and we're going to use those maybe to make a greenhouse. So I saw somebody online talking about, and Chris and I were talking about this too, waiting for this. She had a dumpster full of plexiglass, and of course, you know, all these businesses have spent a fortune on this plexiglass. Useless, completely 100% useless plexiglass for this hoax that has been played on us for the last almost 3 years now. And wouldn't it be nice to be able to get a hold of a dumpster of plexiglass? That stuff costs a fortune. And I thought, well, geez, wouldn't it make a great greenhouse? Much better than that corrugated crap that is in this little greenhouse. And even the thicker stuff, I think it's 11 millimeter, it was $70-some a sheet 2 or 3 years ago. So this plexiglass has got to be worth an absolute fortune. They're throwing it in the garbage, which of course I expected, because of course taxpayers paid for it all probably, and what? Throw it in the garbage, right? I mean, you wouldn't want to offer it to the public for free or anything like that. And of course we all know how much more important it's becoming to grow your own food and provide for yourself, because you know, another chicken processing place in the US burned the other day. What's that, 30 or 40 food and meat processing plants that have been burned to the ground, coincidentally. Anyway, I think it would be awesome to be able to get a hold of some of this stuff, but I don't know where to go or who to ask. And if you look in a lot of the businesses, some of it is thinner, some of it's really thick, heavy stuff. So it would be just fantastic to be able to get a hold of that. Interesting. That was, Chris and I were talking about that like at least a year ago. And this is the first time I saw somebody referring to a dumpster full of it. And what should I do with it? Gee, I could help you out there. Anyway, guess I'll keep my eye out. Maybe start asking at these businesses, what are you going to do with this stuff? Because, my goodness, what a terrible, terrible waste. But then this whole 3 years has been a terrible, terrible joke. Really bad joke. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. The goal by 2030, of course, which is the big thing, the big year, And now that the WEF and UN have teamed up officially, we knew they were working together to begin with, but by 2030, which is only 8 years away, 0 meat consumption. 0. People better wake up real quick. 0 vehicle ownership. So for you folks that are buying new vehicles, make sure you got it financed by the time they outlaw it completely. Most people are financing vehicles for 7 or 8 years now. So 8 years from now, there's to be nobody owning a vehicle. Nobody eating meat. So unless people wake up and start fighting back real quick, things are going to get really ugly. So it's going to be really interesting. I think, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. No chickens, no eggs, no meat, no beef, no pork, no turkey. And you all know by now what we're supposed to eat, right? Yeah. And of course, if anybody has gone to the grocery store lately, you know that nobody in Canada or the US can afford to eat 5 servings of fruits a day. We don't buy any fruit at the grocery store now. We can't afford it. Simply can't afford it. We bought a bag of grapes the other day. You know, bought a bag of the mini oranges for the first time in a year. So people can afford to eat fruits or vegetables or lettuce or salad, but they're not going to be allowed to eat meat or eggs or milk. Yeah. Rant done, I guess, for today. So anyway, I'm just going to keep doing what we're doing. What can you do? But try to get ready. And we've done the best we can do. I mean, we're so much further ahead than so many people. You know, I'm in so many groups and online, and there are so many people that want to be off-grid. There's so many people that would prefer to live in a tiny house. So many people that want to grow their own food. So many people that want to have a cow. So many people that want to raise their own meat, their own eggs, their own chicken. And we've got all that. So, of course, we all know what is happening to the price of eggs, price of butter, milk, everything, cream. So being able to have all of that ourselves, hopefully, if everything goes right, at least for the time being, that's all you can do, right? But people have got to wake up. Got to wake up out of that stupor. Got our tiny Christmas tree in our tiny house. I got this little glass angel somewhere recently, and I can't remember where, and I thought that would be perfect for my tiny tree. Now I have an even tinier tree over here. This I found as a set, the little Santa teddy, and it comes with a little reindeer teddy, and this little tree, the ornaments, the skirt, everything came in a set. I love these Barrington's collectibles. I have a Mr. and Mrs. Santa that I just love that are in these collectibles as well. And these are perfect for a tiny house. And he taped the electrical wires to this one. It's really hard to see against the sky. And then he's got, what are they called, carbuncles on this end, holding them onto the chain. I was looking for Bella a few minutes ago and I couldn't see her. Now she's at the back fence. The sun's getting pretty low. It's gonna be time to try and lure her in. Sometimes she just comes to the barn and she's waiting for us. We went to the city one day and I was all panicked because we were just getting home at dark, and I was worried about her, and she was waiting in the barn for us. So that was reassuring. And then the next day is the day she wouldn't come in. Maybe she was mad because we were late. Now I thought I was going to have to go out and try and get Bella in. Chris said she practically came running to the barn today. He didn't take anything to get her in. So weird, I don't know what it is. A moody pregnant cow, I guess. But I'm just gonna go and see her for a minute before I sit down. Oh, and he didn't leave the light on, did he, baby? We usually leave the light on when we come out at supper time, and then we leave the light on till we come out to tuck her in for bed. Hey, till we tuck you in, eh, sweetie? And again, it's really just a matter of us trying to create and maintain a routine for her. But I think, were you hungry? Is that why you came running today? Yeah, Chris said she was just trotting down the trail here to get to the barn. No luring needed today. She's so soft on her cheeks. She's like a teddy bear. So I think we're done for today. We'll come out later. And again, like I said, spend some time with her before bedtime. I know it's like we're almost as bad as when we had kids. Maybe should read her a bedtime story or something. You know, she's going over to the other side for some reason. Well, maybe needs a drink. She just goes from bin to bin, and I think she just likes being able to choose where to go, what to eat, which is great. Anyway, we're done for today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.